It is something very natural for someone to see something and try to surpass it. That is what the word emulation means on itself. To try to emulate something is to try to be equal or to be even more excellent in something than someone else. We have seen quite a whole lot of emulation in genres like the Souls-likes, which is why the genre was created on the first place. And it is only natural. Maybe it's because they think that it's something that people likes. Maybe it's because they think that it's something that makes them feel passionate about them. In that kind of sense, this game that I'm presenting to you right now, Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon, it makes me feel like I felt when I began playing Morrowind back in the day. So yes, you could say that this is the Elder Scrolls on King Arthur's universe. It is an emulation of, an emulation that we have not seen that much outside from different genres. We have seen, like, for example, Diablo likes the genre on itself, the ARPG, it's just a thing that there's some games that are too close and similar to Diablo. We have many Souls-likes. We don't have many The Elder Scrolls-likes. We don't have many people trying to emulate them. So how good is this game? Well, the people at Awaken Realms Digital got in contact with me, they got in touch with me, and they told me that they were going to have major updates on this game. This game is right now in early access. If you want to try on PC for yourself, but if you're trying to look for it on console, it will come on console real soon. The game has been in early access for quite a while. And right now, today, I'm here to talk to you the state of the game. And should it deliver what they are promising? Because, to be fairly honest, and if I'm giving you my best, just right from the get-go, I think they will. I have been playing this thing non-stop. I had been, like, keeping my eye on it real close, but I never got the chance to actually play it when they got to, when they told me that I should play it and I should cover it. Now, what I have been playing of, it just feels amazing. I haven't been able to put it down, and I just have been exploring like a maniac. There's some things that need to be adjusted, but just have in mind that it's in early access right now. So first and foremost, the story. The story is that of the King Arthur's mythology and the Knights of the Round Table, the Arthuric cycle, the Arthurian cycle. And I love it, because this is a different approach than the one that we are accustomed to. Yes, you will find familiar things like Lancelot or Galahad or Arthur, but the thing is that the Knights of the Round Table in here, instead of being the actual name of something, they mean a title of something. So time has passed, there's new Lancelots, there's new Galahads, and now those names, instead of being knights on itself, they are titles. And the approach in here is a little bit more of like the old Britain, not much like the chivalry knights tables, things that we have learned to discover as we grow up. So it's a different approach that I could read down as to say that it is a darker tone. As you can see on the screen, the game is darker, so it's a darker version of the Arthurian cycle, which is something that I love, because while we have had like kind of iteration and renditions of this kind of style in the past, I think that they nailed this one right here quite accordingly. Now, there's a huge downside with it, and I'm hoping that this is something that they are going to fix, because I have seen footage of the game on previous builds that they have, and it has improved quite a lot. But let's talk about the graphics and the huge downside that I can see about this thing, and the one that I think that they could fix if they want to. It's just that, well, if I'm being honest with you, sometimes the game just looks ancient. And I mean ancient, it just looks terrible. But the thing is that, oh boy, sometimes it actually looks beautiful, gorgeous, breathtaking, with some amazing vistas that you just stand in there and to watch them, to bathe your eyes upon them. And the thing is that the reasoning behind this, it's actually quite simple. And it's the mismanagement of illumination. I have a couple of examples right in here, but with proper illumination, you could see, like, you can make a murky, boring village on a edge of a bay look at something as beautiful, gorgeous, and breathtaking as this that you can see right here. Or you can make a imposing, amazing, beautiful castle look as boring and dull as this. And the reason, like I said, it's just lightning. And the thing is that they don't know how to manage it that well, because there are no darker tones that are adding contrast to the entire picture in the right places. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't, and they haven't managed to pinpoint where is it that it needs to be added. Like for example right here, on this picture that I have for you right here, or this scene that I have for you right here, it looks beautiful, yes, a sunset, it's beautiful in itself passé, but what it really makes it beautiful right here is that you can see pitch black tones of dark that are hiding the low textures that are needed in every single game. Even AAA titles have this kind of stuff, but they are hiding it with proper illumination in those darker areas that make them more look natural, that they seem to be missing here. Now when you go explore into dungeons, you should expect that you could have like this pitch black colors, this pitch black dark areas that should be adding contrast to the exploration and to the overall tension of you being exploring on a cave. But no, you have this boring, dull, gray out, washed out picture that you have right here, that it's just, it immediately yells at you that there's lower resolution textures in front of you and that they are not hiding themselves, and they should. So I'm guessing, like, remember, I did mention that they have improved lighting quite a lot, and I'm guessing that this is something that they are going to improve as well. But you could have like pictures like this one right here with proper illumination. If I'm being honest, the game, it has just so, it's not just about lightning, it has many incredible areas, subtle little incredible areas that look amazing, that look breathtaking, that you go out there and see them and explore them and experience them. And you just stand in there and say, dude, it actually looks beautiful. And that it doesn't have to do with anything with the time of day. It doesn't necessarily means that the game looks good at night and it looks good with sunset. When you can make a picture like this one, a vistas like this one, a visage like this one, and you can see that it's just a gray picture image, but with the proper use of particles that are producing lightning where it's supposed to be happening, the game looks amazing. It needs to have a little bit of more darker areas. It needs to dilute lightning a little bit here, around here and there, because the game, graphically speaking, sometimes it's breathtaking and it has so much potential, but sometimes it just gets naked and it yells at you, hey dude, this is the real me. This is the girl that you woke up with the next morning, the morning after. So I'm guessing that, as you can see, it can look beautiful, but it needs quite a lot of work. Now when it comes to combat, it's very interesting as well. Combat, exploration, the exploration, it's just amazing, it's beautiful. The side questing, the quests that you have out there, I just love them. And one thing that needs to be praised about this game is that it's fully voiced. Now, one thing to have to consider in this kind of games that the voice acting, I'm not going to say that it is just top-notch master stuff, but it's compelling and it's well done, and everything is voice acted, and the characters feel like someone actually alive in there, that you want to do some quests. And the story of the side little quests, they are just amazing as well. I'm going to spoil you one for you, just one, and this is just one of out of the dozens of quests that I have done. But there was this one where I had to find a document for a dude, but everything was so shady. He was like acting kind of weird, and in my mind, I thought that he was kind of making me do shady things, like illegal things, because the dude was actually speaking about illegal stuff. And when I found the document, the people that handed me over the document told me actually he was actually shady as well. So I was like in this kind of noir scenario where I think that I was doing something bad, that I wanted to confront the person that had me doing this kind of stuff, only to realize that when I handed over the document, he turned into a ghost. And that document was the thing preventing him from actually leaving the world, because he didn't know that he was dead. And he saw people running all around him, but he couldn't realize because he was dead. So it's always tragic, and the game is just filled with stories like this one, and it feels nice to experience them, and I would be lying if I didn't tell you that each one of those stories didn't have compelling side things like this one right here, and the fact that it's fully voiced, it just adds to the immersion. Now the gameplay core loop, like I said, it's kind of the Elder Scrolls. You still have like this kind of Oblivion-y, Skyrim-ish, Morrowind-ish kind of gameplay loop. It's a little bit better because you have a parry system, you have a better dodging system right here. And at first, when you begin playing, some people are comparing it to kind of a Souls kind of system. I wouldn't say that it is as refined as a Souls kind of combat system. At first, the game, it's difficult just because of parameters and numbers. It is a little bit more of a hardcore version of the Elder Scrolls, because some enemies will one-shot you. You will not have enough stamina. You don't have enough proper gear. All throughout the rendition that you see me right here, the gameplay rendition that you see in the background, you always see me performing okay, you always see me performing well, and as a matter of fact being overpowered, because I am overpowered. I have a very powerful build, I have very powerful weapons as well as armor, and my overall character build just basically one-shots every single thing. So they do need to add a little bit more balance in here. Sometimes while you progress into the game, it just becomes like easy can get, and as you're starting, it's just Souls kind of level difficulty, but it's not because of the combat system is refined, it's just because of the parameters are not that good. And the building, it's actually quite amazing. The building crafting for your character, you have the basic stats, you can have skills that are going to give you something little different that you're going to be able to do, something little different that you're going to be able to perform, so that is always nice for sure. And yes, of course, you can be a proper fighter, and you can also be a sneak archer, a stealth archer, the one that we loved in Skyrim. And yes, it is still very much as overpowered. I would say even more if you manage, like I said, builds. Once you build your character right here, it just breaks the game so hard. And the same thing goes for stealth archers. So I'd say that this game has huge potential. It has those little rough edges that it needs to be they need to be fixed. They need to be polished. Some of this stuff they are aware, and some of this stuff they have fixed with previous feedback. But I can tell you, I can be pretty sure that this, at least me personally, once I was overlooking that the game didn't look that well in some areas, and that the performance wasn't best, even when the game wasn't looking at the best, I just couldn't put it down. And I just wanted to do more quests and do more exploration, and I wanted to fight more. I wanted for my build to get better. I just couldn't put down the game. So one more extra little thing that I have for you: join my Discord. If you're interested in playing this game on PC, I'm always in contact with the development team. They are going to give me key access, so if you want for me to give you a free Steam code, I can be doing some giveaways. I might have some stored right now in here, so if you're interested in trying out the game and you're playing on PC, then I can hook you up with some of this as well. If you have questions for the development team, I can ask those questions for the development team. So yeah, join the Discord, and I'm hoping that you look forward to this game as much as I am. Have a lovely, beautiful day. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and goodbye.